Have you ever felt like you're endlessly chasing a mirage, putting in the hours and following all the rules, yet prosperity always slips away? You save, you strategize, you push forward, but it never feels enough. What if the issue isn't your actions, but the secrets you've never been told? There are unspoken dynamics, hidden patterns that the elite use without ever labeling them. Machiavelli didn't dominate through inherited fortunes or vaults of gold. He grasped a core truth. Money isn't just a tool, it's a crafted deception under control. In this discussion, I'll guide you through the core of that deception, revealing how money flows, connects to your thoughts, your anxieties, your history. Above all, I'll uncover the one unspoken law no one shares. But first, remember this. The one who fails to grasp money's nature will forever bow to its power. Hit subscribe right now, activate the bell and stick around to the end. The insight awaits in the quiet. The money we deal with now has always been a disguise. Long before paper currency, financial institutions, or digital debts, power took forms like owed favors, coerced allegiance, and purchased loyalty. In Renaissance Italy, Machiavelli watched this unseen drama unfold. He observed rulers securing devotion through subtle gifts, how the influential shaped views of abundance without exposing the playbook. To him, money wasn't an end goal, it was a mechanism, a calculated toxin, a subtle blade that conquered without violence. Over centuries, this tactical wisdom faded. Religious teachings elevated hardship as holy. Modern economies praised endless toil. The average person got trapped between shame and greed, never learning the forces at play. Even today, you're advised to handle your finances wisely, but no one teaches how finances handle you. This lack of knowledge isn't random, it's deliberate. Those who learn the game stop following orders, and those who defy become a threat to the status quo. You've built your life on a myth, that money honors hard work, that diligence alone leads to freedom. But the harsh reality is subtler, more concealed. There are unvoiced laws we endure blindly. Here's the first one you need to face, even if it unsettles you. Money doesn't favor goodness, it follows frameworks. You've been taught that being ethical, persistent, and upright will draw wealth your way. You might even think merit is key. But observe the world. The smartest aren't always the wealthiest. The fairest don't command fortunes. Money ignores morals, it adheres to design. It moves where systems are built to capture, expand, and hold it. It's a stream seeking efficiency, not fairness. In this detached logic, society splits not into right and wrong, but into those who harness the current and those battered by its shifts. If your setup is shaky, your time linear, your earnings tied to your sweat, you lack a foundation. You're just a cog in another's engine. Machiavelli might say, a leader's rule isn't secured by ethics but by robust networks. Same with money. It ignores your motives, responding to what you've engineered to draw it in. Without mental scaffolding, without processes, without multipliers, you can be virtuous, kind, dedicated. Wealth won't arrive. It's not unfairness, it's mechanics. The designer of flows prospers, even if unethical. The honest labor drains dry, even if genuine. As long as you cling to virtue as the path, you'll stay limited, playing by someone else's rules. Offer money not your soul, but a solid, repeatable structure. Without it, you'll only get scraps. The second reality, abundance isn't earned through deserving, it's engineered. You might harbor the notion that the affluent have some edge, a gift, a break, fate's smile, or that they've truly warranted it. You tell yourself you haven't struggled enough, given enough, sacrificed enough. So you wait for recognition of your commitment. But abundance isn't a prize for endurance or a badge for patience. It's a deliberate build, calculated, cerebral, tactical. It responds to synergy, not toil. You could grind endlessly without building wealth because you're repeating, not originating. Machiavelli saw it. Rulers rise not by deserving, but by weaving webs of connections, authority, sway. Money works the same. It's not moral payback, it's logical outcome. You forge wealth by mastering its growth laws, scaling your reach, linking your drive to broader networks, breaking free from the work equals pay trap. Believing freedom comes from exhaustion keeps you in servitude. It's not your worthiness pulling in plenty. It's your skill in organizing, streamlining, outsourcing, channeling. The builder ascends, flaws and all. The one awaiting validation sinks, purity notwithstanding. Drop the moral fantasy. Money doesn't honor your suffering. It answers concrete smarts, detached, almost automatic. Once you get this, judgment fades, for others and yourself. It's not about worth, it's about unseen design. The third reality, money evades the desperate and gravitates to the controllers. Deep inside, there's a void you feel when money feels like a gap to fill, a quiet dread, a hidden reliance. You think it's essential for survival, breath, being, but the more you crave it, the further it retreats. Not a curse, but a core rule of power dynamics. Money behaves like a sentient force. It rejects begging, scorns terror, flees worry, craves command. It draws to those complete without it. Machiavelli could note, the one pleading for authority earns only disdain. Likewise, money honors those who wield it fearlessly, invest, forfeit, hazard it. If losing a sum terrifies you, you're not ready to own it, still seeing it as your definer, uplifter, proof of worth. But money doesn't create value. Your inner worth attracts or repels it. That worth builds in emotional autonomy, not fear or need. The non-dependent draw chances because they decide clearly, think elevated, risk what others won't. Conversely, the fearful summon their nightmares, obligations, missteps, stalls. While you view money through needy eyes, it turns away. But when you stop clutching it as salvation, treating it as instrument not haven, it approaches, because you command it, not vice versa. The fourth reality, the setup perpetuates a myth of scarcity. You've been conditioned to see money as scarce, something to earn, guard, hoard. Every outlay a danger, every slip a penalty, every chance a peril to dodge. This belief isn't accidental. It's instilled, echoed, etched from youth. While you view it as limited, you stay compliant, tolerating the intolerable, holding your spot, shunning boldness, innovation, deviation. What you miss, scarcity is staged. As you scrap for minor raises, others generate funds from thin air. Modern finance hinges on debt-borne money, screen-added digits, interest vows. Money isn't finite matter, it's regulated fiction. In this tale, narrative controllers rule. Machiavelli would grasp it instantly. Scarcity dominates. To rule a group, convince them of shortages, they'll fight over crumbs, self-destruct, self-police. So ask, why guilt over self-spending? Why investment dread? Why the knot at a dipping balance? You've been programmed to treat money as endangered. But it's untrue. Money flows ceaselessly, shifting hands to the unafraid users. While you think deprivation earns it, you're trapped. Meanwhile, system-savvy exploit it remorselessly. To escape? Dismantle the myth. Money isn't scarce, it probes your liberty. The fifth reality, labor isn't the origin, it's the snare. Work's been exalted as noble, more hours mean more merit, dignity and depletion for basics. You've learned guilt and rest, becoming a willing captive to a draining machine. Truth, work doesn't birth wealth, it ensnares by consuming energy, hours, focus, blocking bigger thoughts. While laboring, you don't build, you repeat, comply, serve. The biggest gainers rarely toil hardest. They escape the cycle, grasping true leverage isn't grind, but planning. Machiavelli, the doer without thought serves the thinker without deeds. Precisely, repetitive toil is veiled bondage. Stuck in effort equals reward, you stay put, blind to systems, unquestioning, creating nothing expandable, inheritable, autonomous. You trade finite time, capping your wealth. Enrichers sell systems, rights, concepts, streams, not hours. Their work, if any, builds assets, amplifiers, quiet domains. To shatter the loop, demystify work, not for laziness, but to reclaim energy for forging, passing on, influencing, generating time instead of swapping it. Here's a question for you. Comment below. Do you labor to thrive or endure to keep laboring? Share your truth. Awareness sparks from that inner split. The sixth reality. Money functions as mental weaponry, beyond mere trade. You might see it as impartial, flowing hand to hand for buys, sells, balances. But it's more, a psychological tool, silent authority impacting the psyche before the physical. It sways choices, alters actions, erodes or boosts self-assurance. It forms unseen ranks in rooms, commands deference or yielding wordlessly, enforces control via mere show. You've witnessed it. A person with wealth markers gets heard differently. A financially free individual shifts relationship power. A boss hinting cuts doesn't just trim pay, they shatter inner steadiness. Machiavelli knew, real sway whispers. Money whispers potently, convincing you of lesser worth without it, sparking doubt and emptiness, urging approval from haves. It reshapes you unnoticed. Viewing money as plain resource underestimates its mind grip. It breeds craving, embarrassment, rivalry, disdain, terror. It shrinks thinking, blocks risks, binds to roles, masks social ladders. Not paper, it's a warping lens. Ignore this, and you're manipulable, picking careers, ties, places, attire not for growth, but per wealth allowance. Your deficit lives you. Money should stay transitional tool. You lead the dance, not follow. The seventh reality, you're wired to obey money, not command it. You think your money tie is free, but it's embedded conditioning. From childhood, you've learned to revere it like a mute god. School for jobs, jobs for pay, spending within bounds, dreams scaled to feasibility. You've wandered into a maze, each path designed for circles. You don't exist to innovate, discover, evolve. You pay, repay, stockpile, safeguard. Deeper in, it feels standard. But it's engineered. Machiavelli. Crowds are easier led when fixated on tangible fears. Nothing more tangible than shortage dread, downfall, loss. So they've drilled this until reflexive. Checking balances like vitals, valuing self via purchases, imagining freedom while leashed by fiscal worry. Even earning more keeps you looped. The system rewards compliance, not awakening. Money's your idol, claiming time, aspirations, well-being. Truth, you weren't taught ownership, you were molded to serve. True owners decode its gears, not chase. While pursuing, it leads, fearing it rules, complying unusable. Only by shattering the code, ditching compliant consumer, reclaiming tactician status, can you tip the scales. Money won't be yours thinking like a subordinate. What you've uncovered is the game's surface. But darker layers lurk. Money doesn't just shape deeds. It seeps into your mind, exposing buried cracks, inherited convictions. In this next layer, we delve into the shadows, the facts too disruptive to voice. First shadow truth. Money is influence energy, not a target. You might chase obsessively, a figure, some lifestyle, as if it'd free you. But pursuing it as endpoint hollows you out. It's existential bait. Never meant as finish line. It's fluid, an enhancer, magnifying your core. Empty pursuits lead to traps. Machiavelli saw money as a moral power, risky for the hollow. Treat it as goal, and it erases self. You live for it, build subserviently. Attained, dread of loss grows. Money's vector, expander, exposer. Peace grows peaceful. Inner turmoil breeds disorder. Savvy seekers chase impact, autonomy, sway, legacy, not money alone. It serves deep aims. If yours is escape, fear, validation, it ruins. If aligned action, meaning focus, it obeys. You're defined not by buys, but by embodiment through holdings. Without that sharpness, money usurps you. Second shadow truth. Chasing security distances plenty. You seek money's comfort, wrap, shield, inner calm from youth. You hoard, accumulate, avoid hazards, guided by gain but never lose. This dooms you. Money inherently moves, pulses, expands, not protects. Fear-driven acts, skipping self-investments, hesitating seeds, stifle flow, dim abundance in mental vaults. Machiavelli grasped, loss fear neuters. In money, it impoverishes, not from low earnings but stasis. You guard, not create, defend, not deploy, avoid failure over growth. Defensive mode breeds stagnation, shortage, helplessness. Plenty starts renouncing certainty, daring, committing beyond self. It rewards trust over caution. Seeking safety via money walls your void. For freedom service, wield without shielding. Abundance thrives on motion, evading fearful players. Third shadow truth. Flashy wealth is often illusion, real hides. UI watches, cars, labels, mansions, equating to success, plenty might. Someday me. You race, mimic blindly. But visible isn't truth, often veneer over emptiness. Many overspend to match imagined triumph, acquiring to exist externally, masking inner gaps. Believing this amplifies your lack, comparing raw self to staged show. Machiavelli, most perilous power apes signs without essence. Same for money, true wealth whispers, steady, understated, enduring. It impresses not, sustains. Deep owners prove nothing, living in build mode, rising calmly as systems work unseen, flows controlled, long view smarts. For genuine plenty, ditch appearance chase, reject shine for validation. Redefine wealth as quiet stronghold, not spectacle. Real protects, freeze in shadows. Confuse symbols with core, and you're enslaved to gazes, buying esteem, never owning self-respect. Fourth shadow truth. Money seldom corrupts the mighty, it unmasks them. You've heard the comfort, money changes folks, hardens, dehumanizes, riches chill hearts, erase roots. But harsher, money amplifies, spotlights hidden traits veiled by constraint. It strips necessity's facade, frees deep inclinations, sometimes alarming more than poverty. In lack, you feign modesty, empathy, patience, must navigate others. Wealth grants independence, true face emerges. That's the fear. Machiavelli. Power doesn't corrupt, impunity reveals. Money offers mental impunity. Act unbound, unnegotiate, unplease. Then you choose, impose or build, manipulate or share, guard or dominate. Money mirrors, shattering illusions. It destroys not souls, but misaligned ones via itself. Blaming money shifts blame from tool. To enrich humanely grasp, money makes more of you. Arrogance or generosity. Void filling or mission boosting. Clarity now prevents wealth as destroyer. Work integrity, purpose, humility, money extends naturally. Fifth shadow truth. Your words sculpt your money bond. You think speech neutral, light or frustrated money talk harmless. But language programs, each phrase molds subconscious, shapes abundance view, feeds or hinders unseen current. Saying hard to earn repels it. Doesn't grow on trees, affirms shortage. Rich are alike blocks growth. Mind obeys repeated beliefs, filtering reality. Words become soft cages, circular traps. Machiavelli, language masters crowds. Reclaim words, reclaim fiscal fate, not magic, psychology. Can't birth what you scorn, draw what you judge, own what language dishonors. Listen, sighs, strains, jests, sarcasms, mental locks. Transform bond, revamp lexicon. Speak responsibly, sharply, authoritatively. Learning wealth creation. Exploring abundance fields. I hold value unquantified yet. Not naive affirmations, recalibrations. Language, first power domain. Sixth shadow truth. Money trails your identity's shade, not surface wants. You claim more money desire, affirm, think, echo it. Efforts persist, yet blocks remain. What if not wants, but deep beliefs rule? Shadow self, shaped by hurts, shames, childhood echoes, whispers. Not for me, undeserving, rich unloved. Unseen yet commanding. Machiavelli, man ruled by secret fears, not overt will. Money fears guard invisible caps. You crave success but dread losing ties, humility, modest self. Subconsciously sabotage, dismiss chances, call it wisdom, loyalty to outdated you. Until inner identity aligns with freedom, plenty bounces off unseen walls. Not skill lack, dissonance between real and wished self. Money answers inner allowance, healed in spirit, not head. You'll never hold wealth thinking unworthy. Seventh shadow truth. Unhealed parts summon poverty. Buried pains, old aches, humiliations, unloves, quiet betrayals. You've drowned in routine, duties, goals. Deemed irrelevant, yet they infuse money ties. Money fills voids, substitutes emotion, props identity, plugs unnamed gaps. Machiavelli, wounded man, perfect pawn, acting from lack, not clarity. Inner war blocks plenty. It needs space, emotional wholeness, peace. Else it poisons, breeds tension, addiction, strife. Refused healings, shame, abandonment, rejection. Filter choices, pushing survival modes. Toxic jobs, draining clients, no boundaries, undervaluing self. Heal self-bond first, or money stays unhealed. Not tactics or plans, wounded identity. Living via scars attracts reopeners called reality. Past's echo. Heal deep. Money becomes liberty's extension, not pain escape. You create, share, expand, no longer lacking at peace. You've grasped the laws, seen shadows. But knowledge without embodiment is diversion. Now concrete steps, silent levers to rewire mind, reshape money tie at roots. First step, forge an inner financial haven. Before income, debts, numbers, craft mental space where money's no threat. Linking it to fear, stress, failure repels subconsciously. Haven means questioning, why money? Not bills, impressing, but grander. Create legacy? Free time, mend wounds, fulfill purpose? Find in quiet, alone, undistracted. Sit, write. Sans lack fear, life's path? Not fiscal, existential. Makes money servant, not lord. Machiavelli. Unknowing ambitions serve others. Sans vision you do. Haven founds healthy tie, clarifies aim. Decides money serves awareness, not fears. Without actions reactive, emotional spends, panicked invests, wounded sales. With it, sovereignty returns, money as clear purpose aid. Second step, recode daily speech. Words on money, subconscious commands executed. Broke, struggling, not me. Mind etches as absolutes, fostering lack vibe. Even acting, new clients, jobs, ventures, limiting words sabotage. Language prophesies, shapes stance, view, energy. Can't abound voicing survival. Machiavelli. Constant complainers accept fates unknowingly. Phrases reducing money to issue reinforce victimhood. Can't claim insulted things, attract dreaded. Exercise, catch limiters, correct aloud. Welcoming abundance, even empty accounts. Building fresh steadiness amid shakes. Not lies, realigns. Speak not describing now, authorizing future. Words, codes permitting or barring. Change fiscal life? Bar past speaking, voice from sovereignty quietly. Posture shifts, you're builder, not survivor. Money favors builders. Third step, chronicle financial story, unmask hidden wounds. Money tie seems logical, numbers rational picks, but rooted in emotions, old links, undigested memories. Unwritten it rules, affects demands, losses, deservedness. Machiavelli, strategist knows past's hidden weave. Become one, notebook, non-stop write. When did money fear start? Who planted unworthiness? How fights, silences, shames tied money to self-worth. Not pretty writing, empty name, unlock interiors. Naming shadows weakens grip. Writing breaks autopilot, deprograms, spotlights personal as emotional, cultural, family legacy. Saw parent toil pay suffer? Mother economize humbly? Rejected for lack. Shapes inner ceilings. Unwritten past choices. Avoid humiliation, rejection, shortage, not free reflexes. Strategist rejects reflexes for vision. Chronicling clears fog, shines on rulers, reclaims narrative power. Fourth step, build ecosystem, not routine. Most loop, rise, work, earn, pay, repeat, linear, fragile life. Mishap crumbles, not wealth, stable reliance. Machiavelli, single lever means defeat. Think strategically, ecosystem, interlink sources, flows, backups operating passively. Not just income multiply, living architecture, essence tied. Content, knowledge, voice, energy circulates cross spaces, feeding each. Money from vision, not effort, sown once, perpetual yield. Skill to resource, automated setup, smart alliance, spread creation. Extracts from work pay survive. Elevates to multi-pillar terrain, no single dependency. Garden invisibly, cultivate structure, let life flow. Calms nerves, restores breath, allows long view, urgency refusal, meaningful invests. Stop single line living, weave circle, net, vital web. Money loves multiplicity, complex coherent frames, strategy, ecosystem of free minds. Fifth step, overcome lack fear via sowing. You seek more but withhold giving. Crave plenty yet retain. Want inflow but quake at outflows, commitments, risks. Universe mirrors, withholds what you withhold, sends scarcity you emit. Invisible law, unsown can't sprout. Refusing release stalls circulation, static, it fades. Fluid, not rock, needs motion. Machiavelli, non-givers lose leverage, liberators create symbolic debts, redirectable. Same, sow gifts, shares, invests, trust, builds momentum. But sowing breaks primal fear, from emotional memory of isolation, neglect, shortage. Outlay revives it, controls, no to chances, growth, life. Can't welcome with clenched fist, open hand. Sowing trusts, invests, not loses, creates feeble void if intent pure. Sixth step, reject toxic money. Some earnings poison, soul-damaging chances, lucrative but consuming pacts. Fear or need accepts, disrespectful client, dimming job, unuplifting product called practical. But survival disguised, silent compromise, poison deal. Toxic, at clarity's cost, doubts self, drains energy, forces facade. Accepting breeds inner betrayal, rhythm, mission, awareness sacrificed incrementally, pays emotionally, bodily, spiritually. Machiavelli, offer desires in weakening forms. Toxic money flatters, secures chains. Transform wealth tie. Learn no, to soiling, time disrespecting, essence ignoring. No purifies, not whim cleanse. Accepting signal spirit. I want this, reproduces, normalizes. Break, refuse despite fear, unknown after. That void sacred fire, prep space for clean, aligned, potent money, respecting because you self-respected first. Seventh step, turn personal calling into lasting plenty source. Inner flame whispers, beyond survive bills forms create, impact share. Mission locked abstract stays barren, seek soulless jobs, senseless trades. Machiavelli, mighty turn vision to institution, structure, concrete bonds. Do same, root inner vocation economically, not betray, ground in world. Money no mission foe, be backbone, flowing for meaning. Knowledge, experiences, essence to work, venture, voice, space, legacy. Structure, offer, monetize consciously. Enter era uniting livelihood, soul fidelity. No revenue hunt, offer change, money echoes. Sustains on who you are, not pretense. Ignore mission, wander. Name, shape, build, unstoppable source. Sources irrigate, attract, grow, no begging. Ask, what unique world offer? How concrete work? There awaits abundance. You've now learned what schools skipped, parents perhaps missed. Society hides behind ads, bills, bank vows, pay stubs. Money ignores virtue, skips effort rewards, bows to frameworks, currents, hidden codes. Its interstate mirror, wound revealer, hider amplifier. Serves or dominates, frees or binds tighter. Crucially you faced, money tie isn't economics, it's identity. Each fiscal fear echoes sovereignty lack, unconscious sabotage loyalties to outdated self, now to release. If Machiavelli lived now, he'd skip shine-rich tips, teach mechanics, unseen sight, power thought pre-access, psychological build prefigures. Sand's invisible frame, wealth sandcastle, gains burdensome. The choice is yours. Dismiss this and resume old ways. Find it intriguing but distant. Dip in briefly, sink back routine. Or do the rare, act on insight, rewire mind, name beliefs, shun toxic funds, defy fear, steadily craft your system, not imposed, yours honoring independent. Financial freedom isn't some, it's stance, inner truth, steady gaze on money, open hand without dread, heart seeking no-haves nod. You'll never free believing wealth alien. Realize programming, not fate, change you become threatening, to system, old patterns, generational lies. No awaiting existence permission. On this channel, no consumable dreams, build unbreakable foundations. This wasn't mere econ lesson or abstract musing. It was illusion traverse, traps, silent facts untaught. Money, no virtue, merit, grind issue, cold mechanics, energy obeying unseen designs, mental weapons shaping beyond accounts, identity, choices, liberty. If one takeaway, money tie isn't digits, inner sovereignty. Believing rare chains, chasing escapes, refuge mastering. Grasp as tool, servant, influence energy amplifying you shifts. No dependence, strategist. Stop time selling, build frames. Shun toxic for aligned. Mission to plenty source. Break millennial code. Serve not, wield. True lesson, not effort births wealth, clarity. Not pain draws abundance, inner discipline. Not fear frees, sowing courage, creating, building for vision grander. Remember, money no endpoint, foe, lever, revealer, instrument. Wield for liberty expansion, not void fill. Mission boost, not existence proof. Never forget, rule comprehenders defy, defiers free. If this resonated, share it wide. Subscribe to the channel now. What you've heard is just the start. Deeper, sharper, more disruptive revelations coming, challenging what keeps you contained and compliant. Stay tuned. In the next one, we dive further. Here, dreaming isn't enough. We master building an inner realm no force can topple.